While Rishi Sunak enjoys his mainstream media popularity over the new Brexit deal, not everybody in the country is happy about it. And we also have pundits, experts, and other political people reviewing the agreement. This time is Tice, the leader of Reform UK. Well, it's been a fun ride for Rishi Sunak and Number 10 Downing Street the last 24 hours. It's been quite fun to see how the mainstream media are just simply promoting the current, the new agreement on the over the Northern Ireland Protocol issue. There doesn't seem to be much scrutiny yet, let's just say, because Downing Street have been very good when it comes to the PR game, gave them all the good headlines. And slowly we're going to be digging in deeper to find out more flaws on this channel today. We're going to have a number of updates for you guys, including some of the flaws that I found and others have discovered when it comes to this new Brexit deal. But we also have people like Rishi Tice, the leader of Reform UK, who made a video, which we're going to show you in a second, showing their verdict and their review of the overall agreement, because it's not just about how the current the new Windsor framework or the Windsor deal has made some of the aspects of trade easier, because there are other problems that hasn't been addressed yet. Let's go to Richard Tice and see what he had to say.
So there we have the new protocol deal between the EU and the United Kingdom. And what's happened here is that some changes have been made that probably will improve things for the trade between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. But we need to look at the bigger picture. I think with regard to the DUP, you can create an argument that they will accept it, you can create an argument that they reject it. But what's really gone on is that the Prime Minister and President von der Leyen have looked each other in the eyes, and the Prime Minister, don't worry, we're not going to cut taxes, we're not going to deregulate. And the EU Commission have said, well, in 18 months' time, the Labour Party will be in charge, and they will want to cozy up even closer to the EU in a tighter relationship, and they won't cut taxes, they won't deregulate. So what we've got is a reinforcement of Brino, Brexit in name only. They're not going to cut taxes, they're not going to deregulate, we can't go for higher growth. All the opportunities for Brexit, those wonderful opportunities that we should be going for, are probably lost, unless Prime Minister Sunak and his cabinet surprise us all and use this period now to go for growth and go to deregulate and cut taxes hard, which the government's balance sheet can afford to do. But I fear, based on everything we've heard so far, they won't do that. These opportunities, these great, great opportunities, will be lost. And so we end up with Brino, and we end up with a Labour government in 18 months' time that takes us ever closer to the European Union. If that happens, it's just very, very sad.
Well, that is a very, very good point, because I'm glad Richard Tice was quite objective about the way he talked about the deal. He did accept that, of course, it could easily improve certain aspects of trade, especially between Northern Ireland and Great Britain. Good, we acknowledge that, but it doesn't mean that it's fixed the overall issue. Firstly, the integrity of the United Kingdom. They are going out there spinning the media message saying everything's fine now, Northern Ireland is back in the UK, but it's not, because it's still linked to single market and customs union. They made it slightly more efficient, fine, but as Richard Tice said, we have to look at the bigger picture, because it's about having this Brexit Britain scenario which we are living in now. Are we actually going to be competing with the European Union and the rest of the world? Are we going to have global Britain? Are we going to be bringing down taxes for working classes and small businesses? Are we going to be able to make things easier for small businesses when it comes to regulation to compete with corporations? Are we actually going to do that or not? Because otherwise it's a waste of time. And Rishi Tice also talked about the inevitable outcome at this point when it comes to the next general election. If the European Union see the way Rishi Tice described it, that, well, we could just agree with anything right now with Rishi Sunak, because, in about a year and a half, we're going to have Keir Starmer as Prime Minister, and Keir Starmer is one of us. He wants to increase taxes, he wants to add regulations, he wants to get closer to the European Union. So we could have a Windsor framework that could be amended again in the future. So for those who are already not happy with this Brexit, the new Brexit version that we have, it could get even worse if Keir Starmer is in charge, because it could completely override any of the improvements that Downing Street currently made in the new deal. It's going to be quite interesting to see what happens. But today we're going to be talking about all this and many other issues that happened in the country, including the Jamaican criminal that was almost deported a while ago, a couple of years ago, but it was blocked by the Labour Party and all the celebrities, and inevitably, of course, that resulted in him committing the ultimate crime. Let me know what you think. I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.